Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A mainly residential district of Manhattan, the Village became a home for many writers and artists in the 20th century. A community of people smaller than a town. A settlement smaller than a town. A mainly residential district of Manhattan, the Village became a home for many writers and artists in the 20th century. The act of colonizing, the establishment of colonies. A community of people smaller than a town. Termination of a business operation by using its assets to discharge its liabilities. A body of people who settle far from home but maintain ties with their homeland. Inhabitants remain nationals of their home state but are not literally under the home state's system of government. Something settled or resolved, the outcome of decision-making. They finally reached a settlement with the Union. A conclusive resolution of a matter and disposition of it. An area where a group of families live together. A community of people smaller than a town. A community of people smaller than a village. A settlement smaller than a town. The hero of William Shakespeare's tragedy who hoped to avenge the murder of his father. A district where people live, occupied primarily by private residences. Agreement as to goals. The preachers and the bootleggers found they had a community of interests. Ecology. A group of interdependent organisms inhabiting the same region and interacting with each other. A group of nations having common interests. They hoped to join the NATO community. A group of people having a religion, ethnic, profession, or other particular characteristic in common. He was well known throughout the Catholic community. A group of people living in a particular local area. The team is drawn from all parts of the community. Common ownership. They shared a community of possessions. A cooperative Israeli village or settlement comprised of small farms. A native village in Malaysia. A native village in Malaysia. A pen for livestock in southern Africa. A village of huts for native Africans in southern Africa, usually surrounded by a stockade. A city in Colorado to the south of Colorado Springs. A communal village built by Indians in the southwestern United States. A member of any of about 24 Native American peoples called pueblos by the Spanish because they live in pueblos, villages built of adobe and rock. The largest city in New York State and in the United States, located in southeastern New York at the mouth of the Hudson River. A major financial and cultural center. A mid-Atlantic state, one of the original 13 colonies. One of the British colonies that formed the United States. The largest city in New York State and in the United States, located in southeastern New York at the mouth of the Hudson River. A major financial and cultural center. The largest city in New York State and in the United States, located in southeastern New York at the mouth of the Hudson River. A major financial and cultural center. A district where people live, occupied primarily by private residences. A district where people live, occupied primarily by private residences. A former village on the James River in Virginia to the north of Norfolk. Site of the first permanent English settlement in America in 1607. In 1781 the British under Cornwallis surrendered after a siege of 3 weeks by American and French troops. The surrender ended the American Revolution. A historic village in southeastern Virginia to the north of Newport News, site of the last battle of the American Revolution. A pitched battle in World War II, 1942, resulting in a decisive Allied victory by British troops under Montgomery over German troops under Rommel. A village to the west of Alexandria on the northern coast of Egypt, the scene of a decisive Allied victory over the Germans in 1942. Hard, smooth textured cheese, originally made in Cheddar in southwestern England. A village in southwestern England where Cheddar cheese was first made. A wire-haired terrier with short legs that was first bred in Sealyham. A village in southwestern Wales where the Sealyham Terrier was first bred. A major battle in the American Civil War, 1863. The Confederates under Robert E. Lee defeated the Union forces under Joseph Hooker. A village in northeastern Virginia. A battle between the armies of Grant and Lee during the Wilderness Campaign. A village in northeastern Virginia where battles were fought during the American Civil War. A village in Palestine near the north end of the Dead Sea. In the Old Testament it was the first place taken by the Israelites under Joshua as they entered the Promised Land.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.